Today on Do It Live.
They're fake and they're spectacular. The new AI models, totally fake, setting new beauty standards.
Also, you crunched up a water bottle that you half drank yesterday and left it in the front seat of your car. Today, is it safe to drink? You might think not, but here's what the science says.
And some people are calling it the drink of the summer, but is it a sign of something a little more sobering? What I can tell you, if it's got alcohol in it, we're gonna try it.
Exciting. Plus, nothing witty, nothing clever over here. Just a brand new Beavis and Butthead trailer coming up, and I couldn't be more excited. Plus, maybe a game.
Ooh, it's Do It Live and it starts right.
Look over there.
Starts right now.
5, 4, 3. Whatever it is, it's not right on the teleprompter. I don't know what that means to play us out. I can't read it. There's no words on it. We'll do it live. We'll do it live. I can't all write it. We'll do it live. Do it live.
From Sydney Sweeney's Left Gene, it's Do It Live on this whatever day it is. Nice to see you. I'm Andy Reesmeyer.
I know it's Gene, a pair of
No, it's
G's.
funny that way though.
It's singular.
Yeah, we're in our left gene, all right? Get over
Her
it.
own- I'm Samantha Cortese. You can find me on Instagram at KTLA Sam. Hi, Bobby.
I'm lucky to be on any side of her genes, I guess.
That's right.
I'm Bobby Gonzalez. You can follow me on Instagram at Sounds Like Bobby. And to my right,
What's up, guys? Robert Puente, just Rob101 on Instagram. But I think I should be changing that soon. Every guy who does jiu-jitsu immediately changes their name to like whatever their name is in BJJ. So I have to follow the creed there, and I have
What
to
is
change.
your name in BJJ?
What? Just Robert Puente BJJ. Like I have to add.
You add it like
handle.
it's Esquire?
Yeah, exactly. That's what
Yeah.
every single guy does. Yeah.
He's earned his degree.
Is it like an MD?
Yes.
So I'm just waiting a little longer before I make that official change. So it'll be just Rob101 BJJ.
No,
coming
you're
up soon.
not. Are you really?
I'm trolling, but that's what every single BJJ guy out there does. So.
Does it make you want to fight him?
It makes me want to not do Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
Well, we'll give you a pass that it only took 30 seconds to bring up Brazilian
Thank you.
Jiu-Jitsu.
Yeah. Thank you. That's kind
Because
of
we
you,
are
yes.
celebrating Robert today.
That's
It
right.
is halfway through the year, which means it is Robert Appreciation Week
Yeah.
here on Do It Live.
6 months after his birthday is when we decided, I believe way back in 2020, to show our first level of appreciation of Robert Puente. Coming up later in the show, we'll take a look back at that inaugural year of Robert.
Did you have beef with that?
That's just half a decade ago. That's just crazy.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. 2025?
It's insane, right?
5 years ago.
Yeah.
I know,
Don't
you know.
say that. Yeah.
I know it's a tough thing, that getting older.
Bobby, where can people find us on social media if they want to?
you can follow all of us on Instagram at doitlive.show or Facebook. Join the Facebook group. We got a chat going there every weekend. Facebook.com/groups/doitliveshow.
Also, please just continue to post in the group. We
Yeah.
appreciate the regular posts as well.
Yeah, we check in on those.
yeah.
Not a lot of phone calls lately.
Not a lot of
But you
phone
can
calls.
call.
We
too.
haven't asked anybody to call.
We haven't.
But we have been sitting by the phone lines waiting
got
to hear from you. 818-860-0998. There's no prompt this week, so maybe that's why. But if you do want to just call and say hello, you're more than welcome to.
Can we come up with our own jingle, like 877 Cars for Kids? I want to come up with one for Do It Live here.
I'm
Yeah.
actually shocked that you haven't turned to your AI stuff to do that.
Oh,
for
we've
us
been
already.
working, buddy. We've been behind the scenes here working.
Speaking of AI, we asked AI to make us a background for Robert Appreciation Week, which we'll see here eventually. It'll.
There it is. That's you.
This is the most offensive thing.
I think it's
The,
in mine.
the most
We have on
offensive
Lady
thing I've ever
Guadalupe?
seen. Yeah, well, you
Yeah.
see
Big
just the
one?
normal ones there, but eventually
It's
we'll
on a loop.
cycle through.
Yeah.
You'll see it. Yeah.
But happy Robert Appreciation Week to not only Robert Puente, but all of the Roberts in our Facebook group and social media.
Oh, yeah.
I believe it was,
You count him or no?
yes, of course I count Bobby.
Yeah,
I
Mr.
believe it
Robert there
was-
too.
I got lumped in.
Yeah.
I believe it was
rolling.
Robert
Thank
Underly who actually pointed out to us that we were not celebrating
That's right.
yet this year. So
Wow, well, thank you,
to
Robert Underly.
Underly. Bobby,
I could always use the extra attention. That's for sure.
you don't go by Robert,
I don't. Only when I'm in trouble, legally or from
but
parents.
technically
or
you're in
anyone else.
RG3.
That's true. Yeah.
That's true. RG3, Athlete of the Year.
Hey, drop your
Bobby
social
Gonzalez.
security number in there while we're talking.
It's no. I'm not doing that.
Sam, you wrote this first story, and we wanted to do it because it applies to us.
The popular Barstool-backed vodka soda can drink, High Noon.
Okay.
Their whole slogan is things just got real because it's real vodka with real soda. Not one of those White Claws. But things just got real interesting for everyone at work drinking a Celsius. The flavor being Astro Vibe, sparkling blue raz, because in it could be a high noon. There was a recall issued today for the specific Astro Vibe Sparkling Blue Raz Edition Celsius because they were shipped to the High Noon facility and filled with High Noon.
Whoa.
And then labeled as Celsius and then sent out to a bunch of states.
This is so exciting.
None of which are in
It
California.
really is. It's kind of like a lottery.
It is like a roulette. You got to go to New Jersey or wherever these things showed up.
Michigan.
Oh.
Yeah.
Like Willy Wonka-esque.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And inside the prize is just vodka. That's
Vodka
it.
sodas and the internet, of course, having a lot of fun with this one, saying this is a DUI lawyer's dream. The wrong cans, again, were shipped to about a dozen states, not on the West Coast, but a girl can dream.
Yeah.
How do you
Scott
prove it?
coffee.
Like, do I just pour? Can I just pour some vodka in my High Noon can
The
and
F-
say it was in there?
You mean your
The
your,
FDA
yeah.
recommends not consuming the liquid, though no injuries have been reported.
That's good to know.
So now you know that High Noon could be hiding in your Celsius.
Your doctor probably doesn't want you drinking this, even if it's not the non-alcoholic
true.
version.
If you were at a Chuck E. Cheese in Tallahassee, maybe you got dinner and an extra show. Andy, tell us about it.
Yeah, families witnessed this real moment. Police arrested Chuck E. Cheese.
Oh my!
Free him. Free my man.
Chucky!
Free Chucky.
Now, he was a part-time employee in his mouse outfit. Jermel Jones is his name. He's accused of credit card theft. Oh, no. That's a tough one. The officers were called to the parking lot of the Chuck E. Cheese earlier this month after a customer reported a stolen credit card. She told police she had a pizza party at the restaurant and noticed fraudulent charges on her card. She was able to trace the activity to an employee. Police later arrested Jones after his coworkers told officers he was dressed as Chuck E. Cheese. He's now facing 3 felony charges. Kind of genius, though, because now there's no photo of his face getting arrested.
That's true.
This is maybe it helped him out.
I think there is another photo,
There is another
like
photo.
in the parking
I'm
lot.
sure there's
With
a
his
book in
helmet
it.
off.
with the head off.
Yeah.
He's got those big wonky shoes on.
Yeah.
And the big old outfit. with
Wait, so
just his
how do
shirt.
they? The story isn't so clear. So was he working as Chucky, or was he just dressed as Chucky while he got arrested?
Sir,
You think he went
why
and put
would
it on
you-
for fun?
Well, it did say his friends told police, "Hey, he's dressed as Chucky."
That's why I was like a little.
So was somebody hiding him at work in the Chuck E. Cheese
Here, put
outfit?
this on. The police are here. They'll never catch you.
Scooby Doo? Like that's who it is.
That always works on TV.
This is Scooby Doo. It was actually Chuck E. Cheese in a mask. A guy in a Chuck E. Cheese
great.
mask. Well, he was a rat after all.
Hey.
Oh, nice.
Or whoever called and told the police he's dressed as Chucky.
Oh, that was the rat.
That's the rat.
Yeah, you're right. You know, I always thought those people working at Chuck E. Cheese were more stand-up individuals than this.
Wholesome.
I thought that was a family experience. Turns out,
Hey, the pizza's pretty good.
at
I don't
Chuck E.
know about
Cheese?
that.
I disagree with that
I
wholeheartedly.
don't know about that.
Are you looking to get
I think it's
sponsored
like-
or something?
I think it's like Space Jam. It's good in your memory, but then when you revisit it again, you're like, this actually sucks.
Oh
Yeah.
no!
And I know that's controversial to say because a lot of people like Space Jam. I beg you, watch it again.
Yeah, it's not good.
It sucks.
Yeah.
When did you
but-
rewatch it?
Space Jam?
Uh-huh.
I think during the pandemic.
Yeah.
Can we circle back to Chuck E. Cheese for a second?
Yeah.
I don't know if Andy remembers this, but I think he's the one who shared this with us. The Chuck E. Cheese gate, where the pizzas all come from leftover pizza. It's just like the leftover
not
slices.
true.
That was a story we did years ago. That was a rumor, but it was
Yeah, yeah.
100%
Not true.
made up.
Okay, okay.
Don't you think if you opened it, you'd be like, well, that's clearly a Domino's piece, and that's a
Well, no,
Pizza
it's
Hut.
all like Chuck E. Cheese pizza, just like the leftover slices.
Right.
That
They just
doesn't
they
match up.
yeah, yeah,
There,
yeah.
there is a,
Marry the
actual, a
bottles.
Chuck E. Cheese conspiracy that is true. During the pandemic, they were selling on delivery apps. They were selling Chuck E. Cheese pizza under the name Pasquale's Pizza.
That's right.
Which is the Italian chef in the band.
Yes.
And so people were ordering, Pasquale's Pizza. And
The
it was
original-
coming from Chuck E. Cheese.
The original Ghost Kitchen. I gotta be real with you. This whole thing, now that I think about it, Chuck E.
brilliant.
Cheese is just a big old racket.
Yeah.
It's a casino for children. It's just setting everybody up to
But
be
now they have the
scammed.
adult Chuck E. Cheese.
Which I can't. You know what?
Soon enough.
Adult
Yeah.
Disney people are difficult enough. You got adult. If you're an adult Chuck E. Cheese person. Just sign up for Megan's Law already. Just put yourself on that list. Go weird.
I'm glad you brought up Megan's Law because our next story is about the Burbank butt sniffer.
Oh, you want to see this guy? Here you go.
Yes, this is 38-year-old Khalees Crowder, first spotted following a woman at the Nordstrom Rack at the
Yikes.
Empire Shopping Center in Burbank. He left the store, But within minutes, Burbank police caught up with him at the Walmart. It's just down the road there in the Empire Center. While checking surveillance video, police noticed him crouching near a woman and appearing to sniff her from behind.
Ew.
Crowder is a registered sex offender. He was on parole. He has a long history of peeping, prowling, and burglary. 2 years ago, a video went viral from a previous incident involving him at the Barnes & Noble in Burbank. Crowder is being held on $100,000 bail, to which the internet said, not enough.
No, thank
way.
you.
No, that's a no thank you right
Seriously.
there.
Nobody's up to any good at the Barnes & Noble these days.
Oh, man, that's such a bummer.
I know. I like
love
it, but you
wandering
go there and
Barnes
you think,
Noble.
well, this is a strange situation. So he strikes again. He was out, and they thought he's
On
not going to
parole.
do. He's not going to do this again.
Terrible.
Can't help himself.
I mean, what do you do with a person like this? They're not committing like a violent act, but it's certainly disgusting.
You know,
and
I
they
I mean,
keep
it's violent
doing
in
it.
a different kind of way. I guess.
Violating.
For sure,
Yes.
violating.
In like the medieval times, they would have like plugged his nose with cement or something like that.
Yeah.
I'm not suggesting that. I just thought
Okay,
it
I was
was
like, okay.
Don't put him anywhere near that Chuck E. Cheese costume. That's all I gotta say about that when he's out there in the clink.
well, he,
Now it's got a lot bigger on the Chuck E. Cheese guy.
Samantha also put this story next, which I think is really great.
I think it's terrible.
It's a very wonderful. We call this the flow here. Virtual reality headset is now even more sensational. Researchers in Hong Kong have developed a VR mouthpiece that lets users taste their virtual experiences. The device is shaped like a lollipop and uses flavored gel and electric currents to simulate 9 different tastes, including cherry, green tea, the fiction section of Barnes & Noble's Burbank.
Oh, goodness.
The project is part of an effort to bring taste into a virtual world alongside sight, sound, and touch. Scientists say the tech could transform shopping, gaming, entertainment, and other experiences.
Wow.
Wow. I wonder what those other experiences could be.
I think camping could be cool. Like your
Eat a
camp. Remember we
s'more?
talked about the little camping thing?
Yeah.
You just like maybe like you said s'mores or like I don't know. If you need the VR to escape, I'm trying to think of really wholesome examples, people.
Oh,
for a while,
I get what you're
something
doing.
fun and different. You know, having a meal. You're like the taste of like a
Beachside
familiar-
margarita?
Yeah.
What if it's like a sort of thing where, you know, in a post-Ozempic world where like people still want to eat but they're not hungry, so they're like watching video and then chewing on the
Oh
gel.
no.
Whoa.
Oh, I can see
food.
that. I can see that. Yeah.
That would be weird.
It's like being boozled.
Oh,
know?
Bean Boozled is similar to that.
Bean Boozled?
Yeah, it was a
Yeah.
Harry.
Oh, is it the jelly
Yeah.
jelly beans?
Right.
Yeah.
And is it chocolate or dog food?
Yeah.
Yes.
I love those.
Is it? Look, there was some that was. What were we doing?
Yeah.
Well, there were some that were literally flavored vomit.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Or like rotten
It was,
fish.
Yeah,
it was
that's it.
so
What were we doing?
awful. It was.
I can tell
did
you one
guys
guy
ever
who
get the vomit
tell you
one.
one guy who liked it though.
Robert.
There he is. I also gotta be like,
Hey, we do want to know what you think about this. This kind of came from a subreddit. A story that somebody told there was wondering if they were overreacting in this situation. So basically, this guy tells a story about planning a vacation with his buddies. It was a group of guys. It was kind of like a college reunion thing. And they were going to go on vacation together. And then slowly during the planning of the vacation, some of the guys said that they were going to bring their significant others. And then
not good. Not good.
No, that's a
the
foul.
girls would be joining them. And then another person couldn't go, so they bailed. So then the rest of the friends got a smaller Airbnb than they originally planned, which means smaller space with more of these guys with their
And
guys. So
they
the
didn't-
original guy who planned it was single. He didn't have a girlfriend to bring. And so he ended up bailing on the trip altogether. And his buddies were saying that he was being selfish. And so the question is, would you do the same thing? Or what? How would you react if you planned a girls trip or a guys trip and then all of a sudden
I'm
the
out.
significant others are
I'm
invited?
OUT out.
Yeah.
This is not the trip we had planned.
What would you say?
Sayonara.
You out, Bobby?
Unless like I wanted to hang out with the couples, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it depends.
What I feel like is amazing is that since we've talked about this story a couple of times, everyone who I have spoken to, and Robert maybe not heard yet, says absolutely not, I'm out. But in reality, I think about this actually in practice. We're all still going. We're all putting up The things that I put up that
yeah,
my
yeah.
oldest friends, that what they do, the things that I'm just like, well, that's just how they are.
I think
I'm
it's
going.
because
I guess that's true.
somebody's been in this situation.
I've been the seventh wheel. I have. I actually planned the vacation, and I didn't have anybody to go with me though. But that wasn't. We were all going to go with our significant others. I didn't have a significant other to go with at the time.
Is this Tahoe? I knew it.
Yeah.
I knew there was a
Yeah, so
scenario.
this actually did happen.
This did
Yes,
happen.
Do you remember this story? He told us on the other show we used to do that he almost
the clock?
died sliding, almost died sliding down the hill.
Yeah,
while
remember when
skiing or
I
whatever?
skied? My friend made me go up on a black diamond. I'd never skied before.
Yeah, I do
And then I
vaguely
had to
remember this.
I had to slide down on a ski on my butt.
Yeah,
the whole way down the
yeah,
mountainside.
yeah. I
It
do
was one of the
remember
worst things I'd ever experienced. I mean, I could have really got hurt. And it's just one of a million things that my good friends make me do that I shouldn't do, that I do because of peer pressure and because I want to hang out with them. But yeah, I went to Tahoe. I planned a whole vacation, and I was going to go with my significant other as well. We were all going to go with a big group of people. I ended up being the fifth, seventh wheel or whatever because my ex and I had broken up. And I remember even
During the
like
planning
thinking
of
about in the months before going on the trip, like going on the dating apps and being like, I need a date for Tahoe in January.
Oh
I
man,
didn't
that's
do
a
it.
risky move. But you do see those articles every once in a while. Be like, he asked me on a cruise for our first date because he had an extra ticket.
Yeah.
and now we're married.
In my mind, I really wanted to have somebody. I wanted that meet cute. It was a great idea. In reality, I'm so happy that no one was there with me because it was the most embarrassing thing.
yeah.
Like me on the mountain, just like eventually, your legs atrophy and you can't stand up.
Point being, you planned this trip. It turned into a couple's trip. You
How's-
still went.
That's probably really cute. Like if you're having like on a first date, like if you did find, 'cause
You
it-
think vulnerability is attractive?
I think absolutely, actually,
Yes,
yeah.
Yes. All right.
Well.
I agree.
Do it, lady.
Do it, lady.
Do it, lady. She's striking. She's got thick blonde hair, a beautiful smile, and she's fake. Yes,
What
in
the-
this cover of see Anne Hathaway. Open the page and there's a Guess ad, but who?
I thought it was Denise Richards, but you're telling me that's not?
Yes, it is fake. This is Guess's newest model, now appearing in Vogue and apparently 20 other storefronts across the world.
Wow.
And she's totally artificial. Readers were shocked and actually pretty angry. The thought being, now we have to meet artificial beauty standards. The heck? The company behind the ad is Seraphine Valora. It's two women who create AI modeling ads. They said they were approached by Guess's co-founder Paul Marciano on Instagram, and they were asked to create an AI model as part of the summer brand campaign. They told the BBC there's often a misconception that AI image generation is simple as saying, create this background of our friend Robert.
It looks
Cool
just like
staccato
him.
imagery, egg whites, BJJ. Anywho, the company said it's actually a complex process. They have 5 employees dedicated to creating AI models and a completed project. They say it could take up to a month.
It's the 2 women making the models and then 3 guys. They're like, is she hot? Yeah. Is she hot? No. Is she hot? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the 5
All right, well,
employees.
the-
We
Yes,
found
file
her.
here. Yep.
We found her.
The pair say they charge anywhere up to low 6 figures
Wow.
for the AI model generation,
Are-
especially for a client like Guess.
Is this like the woman that went viral during was it Wimbledon?
Oh yeah,
It
who was
like-
fake?
Yeah,
the
and
fake,
it was like
fake
the
influencer.
fake AI influencer, and everybody's like,
weird.
"Who is that girl? Who is she?"
It's not Jess. She's real. The thing that is so strange about all of this is that the adoption has happened so quickly. Like ChatGPT was not a thing we were talking about a year and a half ago, and now maybe you were talking about.
I was.
But it now
We
it's
were
like
talking
it's
about it
saturated to everywhere.
3 years
and we
ago.
keep getting rid of we're not using it for things that are lame. We should be using it for things that we don't want to do, like big calculations or spreadsheets or things that feel like they are just monotonous. We're using it to replace things that people love to do.
Well, I'm
that's
glad you-
what's so weird about this.
In the video, can you pause it on the second
I don't know if I can pause it. I
video,
can play it.
maybe? So that's the initial ad or TikTok that everyone went, are you kidding me? This is fake. Then the company posted on Instagram,
First AI driven.
yes,
20
they're
stores,
so proud about being this AI driven marketing company, changing the world of modeling.
Yeah, it's weird
where
how
you
they
don't
spin
have
it.
to hire a stylist or lighting or location scout. Like, hey, we're proud to eliminate jobs, including the model and everyone else involved in an ad campaign.
Yeah, guess what? Then make your clothes cheaper. Then make the things less expensive, because if you just cut out a large percentage of your marketing budget, then you're just pocketing that money.
Or did they? Still had to pay low 6 figures for
Yeah,
this?
and I can't imagine that was much less expensive than like hiring a model and going and shooting in Amalfi Coast.
One thing
or
that I do
whatever.
have to offer though, it's like there's people who spoke on this where they suggest that look, I've lent my likeness to this company. They still pay me. So this model was like modeled after the way I look. So I'm still getting compensated for this, although that model is entirely artificial. Their likeness is built off of my look. So
We've
I'm still
talked about this
profiting.
before. I know that
thing,
as a
yeah.
business model, that's a cool idea, but I don't think performers necessarily
Want that,
get
yeah.
into the job so that they can just give their license away and even sit back and take the checks. Some probably do, but I think for a lot of people who are especially doing it at a very high level, they like the work.
Right.
I would hate it if somebody was
Have
just
you seen those casting call lines? They're insane. It's like a line around the block sometimes. It's like someone's buying some Pokemon at Costco or something.
That's like
It's crazy.
Yeah,
like
it's
an
competitive.
Open, that's like an open casting.
Maybe that's what. Maybe it's an open
Just
casting.
to end
yeah.
this, the most popular comment on this was, "This is truly one of the most deplorable things ever to hit the market, as if fashion is not dehumanizing enough and young girls around the world already feel insecure.
Is it-
You fully discarded human ethics in the process. Shame on you."
That was a IMDb review of America's Next Top Model.
Very good. Coming up, Robert Appreciation Week continues. We got a full block of Raw coming up. And
Egg
then
whites.
later, can you drink an old water bottle you left in your car? Is it safe? We'll tell you what the science says. Don't go anywhere.
Oh, you mean this? Yeah. Well played. It smells very bad right now. What does? I don't know, something stinks. Is that you? Did you drag butt in here? Did you go out in the hallway? Don't. And then it follows you in?
You are. I'm so scared to breathe right now.
In Robert Appreciation Week of all.
I don't have straps on my mask anymore.
This is how you appreciate us? Why are you making things up? I didn't do a thing. So.
I don't smell it. I didn't smell anything. Scared to breathe.
Don't smell it. I don't smell it now, but I did smell it. It was bad. All right. Anyway,
I
welcome
think
back
you're
to the show.
smelling yourself, man.
Ooh, yuck. I took a shower at least this week.
Okay, that doesn't mean you can't fart.
Day 2, our wonderful, creative, thoughtful fans sent Robert a package with an envelope for him to open each day. And today,
Looking at the back of it, there's a drawing here, which is absolutely fabulous.
What? Wow.
I was like, wow.
That's your record cover. That's the newest album.
Look
at those lashes.
The lashes really pop. From Robert Underly. Okay, Robert, let's see what we got cooking here. Thanks again, guys, for sending this over. Truly appreciate it. Like, it's unreal. This is fabulous. If you guys could recognize that in your photo there, I know it's not quite clear. That is this famous dish that Samantha made for herself there. Right there.
Yeah.
That's Sam's daily lunch.
Yummer.
Every day. Who knows what day that was from because she eats it every day.
Every day.
It was like a 4-day-old hot dog with chili that's been
It
sitting
was
for about a
I
month.
got a turkey dog the night before and put it in the bowl of chili.
I think that Robert is right. It clearly made a huge impression on our viewers because...
Yeah, and now it lives forever on this card. I will frame this photo up. It's fabulous.
Happy Robert Appreciation Week.
Yay!
It's our
Today,
favorite week of the year.
take that, Christmas. Today we're celebrating all the Roberts in our lives, including the 2 in this room, but mostly one who needs much more validation to exist.
Every day.
Sorry, Bobby.
No, I'm good.
Yeah.
He's a confident man.
You just accept it.
Yeah, I
You
accept
just
it.
sort of.
I don't need no appreciation. I appreciate you.
Oh, no,
that was
no,
good.
no,
that was
no,
clean.
no.
We did this 5 years ago. I think we were trying to get you a raise. I can't remember exactly what happened.
Something like that.
Robert was feeling like down in the dumps and just kind of
Bitcoin was doing really bad. You know,
we
there's
had
lots of things going on.
moved into like month 5 million of the pandemic. It felt like it was never going to end.
Yep.
And we were like, you know what? Let's band together and have a little Robert Appreciation Week. Here's a highlight from that experience.
What's up, everybody? It's a Monday. Robert's in a mood. We started with some technical difficulties. It's National Robert Appreciation Day. That's weird that it fell on today.
Who would have thought?
In the City of Angels, we all celebrate Robert Month because Robert is part of our collective history.
Steven Stark.
Arby's shake, some curly fries, the cookie.
The cookie?
Oh,
All of
what
it?
do you?
Yes, this is all yours.
Yeah, it's all
Are
for
sure?
you crazy person.
You bought me a whole bag. Oh my goodness.
Hello, Bert. Happy Robert Appreciation Week.
A live feed all the way from Dodger Stadium.
Robert Appreciation Week.
People write in and they say, do Bob and Robert like each other? No, we don't like each other. We love each other. This is one of my best friends and I am thrilled to have back.
P.S. There is no escape. Ha 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 ha.
Wow, I've not seen that in half a decade. Yeah.
I like that haircut that I had. I think I'm going to go back to that.
Did you see some of the deepfakes in there? Me as Justin Bieber. This was like AI, like
That's
1.0.
That's
Yeah.
before it really got crazy. I know.
That was incredible, and thank you guys for making that, and thank you for the viewers for putting that together all those years ago. That was such a good time. I really appreciate that.
They
and seeing it
sent
again,
in cards, remember?
Yeah,
Card,
it was like
made
a
a
whole
book.
scrapbook.
lots of presents and stuff.
We got you-
Feel free to do it again. Here's our address. No,
We got you Arby's, I think, right? We had
Arby's.
delivered.
Loved Arby's. Rest in peace, Arby's.
R.I.P.
That's right.
Yes.
Now
Rest in power
year.
to you, Arby's, and your big hat.
this year for Robert Appreciation Week, we've
Yes.
just chosen some stories that we think Robert would like.
Yeah.
Times is tough. Okay, all right. We don't have a big delivery going on.
No.
You might have a high life later, but a recession indicator. Okay.
All right.
Our first story is about topless men. For you, Robert.
Robert's
Okay.
favorite.
Do you need me to? No.
No.
Okay. All
If
right,
you'd
all right.
like.
No.
A French town is actually cracking down on topless men at the resort. They are charging $175 for men who wander around without their shirts on. The mayor of Les Sablés d'Olonne,
Good
So-
job.
yeah, very
Wow.
smooth.
Les Sablés d'Olonne,
Wow.
France, says if you want to show off your pecs, you're gonna have to pay. So there you go. Sorry, Robert. now
Honestly-
you know where in France.
What?
That's a good fee. I'd happily take my money. I wanna
What
show my
kind of
pecs off.
guys are we talking about? Like, is it a bunch of
Frenchman.
French or Italian svelte models, or is it like middle to late age Greek men?
What if you're wearing one of those tank tops that has the opening all the way
Right.
down the side like
Oh,
this
yeah.
guy wears? You getting like half a ticket for that?
How do you make those?
I do make those. You just cut the sleeves off.
That's crazy. And you're like, these armholes aren't big enough. I need to extend.
It's not
bigger.
really making
Yeah.
something so much as it is destroying something else.
Yes,
Or
the opposite of making.
I thought you were gonna say the shirts with the thing painted on. You know the abs that are on.
Oh,
the,
yeah,
the
yeah,
beach
like
the
t-shirts.
t-shirts.
Oh, it's like
Like
it's like the
airbrushed.
suit if you're wearing a suit and it has like
yeah.
a tie on
Fake
it.
suit.
Yeah.
Those are funny.
Also, Robert, we don't need to do this whole story because I know we got to get to some drinking, but PayPal
Story
is
of my
accepting
life.
crypto.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you know the details about this?
I don't have all the details here, but I know PayPal is basically your crypto you can use with like 100 different vendors via their application.
Yeah.
And it just basically converts it. I think it's done automatically where they have some kind of exchange. They just basically can convert your crypto to USD. You can make your purchases. It's not really revolutionary, but I think it's pretty cool. And I'm obviously pro crypto. This is pretty amazing.
They
Bitcoin and Ethereum.
right, and it can cut the international payment fees by up to 90% compared to credit cards, according to PayPal. But also, you're not someone who would use this much because you don't really spend your crypto. You just hold on to it as it loses money.
Also, you just said something. Yeah, I just do that. Yeah, thanks for that joke, buddy. You can see my t-shirt here. I'm very pro.
Yeah.
Okay.
There you go. Bitcoin Maxi. There you go. Okay, you're welcome.
But Bit has been doing very well. And I think compared to what we were talking about when Robert Appreciation Week really started, I think 2020 Robert would be very happy now knowing that Bitcoin is 117,000.
Almost 120. Yes, sir.
Wow.
Yeah.
What would you tell 2020 Robert?
Buy as much as you can. Take out a loan. Borrow money from your friends.
It's so funny.
Here's another story that Robert will like because he's such a fan of putrid smells. You know that LA is very famous for our smog. You can now buy vintage smog. This is vintage LA smog. It's over 65 years old right now. It's on Etsy. I wonder if it's still there.
Are you serious? Is this real?
Golden State Deco is selling this can of genuine LA smog produced sometime in the late 1950s. According to the can, it contains air with a bunch of toxins. The novelty item was the brainchild of Hollywood actor Carlton Young, who began canning Los Angeles air in 1957, and it's currently selling for $775.
That's pretty crazy. And I know from looking at pictures of old Los Angeles, the smog used to be super, super bad. You know, it's thick. You couldn't see. You were like famous pictures of downtown where you can't see City Hall. You can only see City Hall rather, and nothing else behind it because the smog was so bad.
Is it Gwyneth Paltrow? Who's selling their farts? I know someone out there is selling cans of farts.
Oh, this is like no, these were like OnlyFans people.
Yeah,
like
what's that girl
gamer girls and stuff.
Well, Sydney Sweeney sold her bathwater as well.
Oh, look at that!
And the
For a
soap,
while
that
ago.
was the soap.
We asked
and that
your
was a
friend
ripoff
Chat.
of the
Yes,
the girl,
that was so
the gamer girl.
Yes, and it was Gwyneth Paltrow who sold the candle. Regardless, we asked your friend Chat to create a can with limited information about you.
She's so creative.
And it created some weird version of your
Oh,
face.
wait, zoom in on his face.
That
This
face
is so
looks
strange.
Like me, but not like me. That's weird.
It's like your cousin or something.
Yeah. Oh, I know someone that looks like this actually.
Yeah, I do too. I can't figure out who it is.
Egg whites, sweat, and farts.
Ew!
Wow, that's yucky.
Your essence of the old studio.
Is that a?
Hey, so here's my number. Come and date me. Here's my Tinder profile.
Oh my god.
Oh goodness. Robert Appreciation Week continues. We leave it to you all. Do we want to continue with a beverage, or do we want to?
I think we take a quick break and we do the beverage when we come back because we don't have the beverage at the moment.
Oh, all right.
We can talk beverages and water bottles.
That's right.
Our favorite combination.
And Robert, you're treating us for your Appreciation Week.
Coming up.
Yeah.
Woo.
A little game after the break.
Happy Robert Appreciation Week. I want to start by thanking you for being so unapologetically you. Your personality, realisms, and flaws are what make you so relatable. I often see multiple traits in you and myself. I consider myself tech savvy, which you are. We are both of Latino descent, and I've been called a spaz in the past. So, thank you.
And so now you are as well being called a spaz.
Let's continue. Which I hate to say it, but you definitely are too.
There you go.
In the most respectful of ways, you make being an unpredictable, outside-of-the-box thinking, quirky person. You look totally possible to be a PA, co-host, anchor, director, as well as anything else in the world, including powerlifting. Yes.
Yes.
Never stop being you. Thanks again, Angel. That's super
All
sweet.
right.
That's so sweet.
Welcome back to Robert Appreciation Week here on Do It Live. Robert, you got a game.
Yes, I do, sir. As you guys, I'm sure you guys work in news, right? Oh. So you've seen South Park.
You know we do.
You've seen South Park out there. It's been making the rounds, and it's all because of their political satire. It's really, really funny. I haven't caught the episodes yet. I'm really excited though. Okay, I just want to put it out there. But with that, all this other news regarding another favorite of mine has been buried. News regarding Beavis and Butthead. New trailer just dropped for season 3. This is it's like the reboot of the show. New animation. They're watching videos on TikTok, not just music videos. They're making fun of people on social media. It's really, really great. Take a look.
We love you guys.
How much to buy Metallica?
One gold bar ought to be in the house.
We shall go to normal Earth. And we shall be its doom. I'm beautiful. Yeah, 1 out of 12. We got a 69. Something cool's happening, over. Look how fat I am. Kick ass, yeah. Go. Beavis, we're a genius. And so it begins.
Woo! I'm so excited, guys.
Yeah, you are legitimately excited.
I'm hyped. It's been a couple years in the making. It's been delayed quite a bit, and I'm pretty pumped. Can't wait. But since we're a little tight on time here, I'll move on. Another show that got
okay.
Is this the game, or are we just still playing trailers of shows you like?
Okay, I'm just starting off the game with some news. Another show that got buried, another headline that got buried due to the South Park news is Rick and Morty is actually coming out with a spin-off series regarding this guy here. Take a look at this.
You committed murder in the Oval Office. Now you can't leave.
That's fine. I said I'm not leaving without a selfie.
I don't need a selfie.
And I'm saying you aren't getting one, and you aren't leaving.
So we agree.
Yes. No, we disagree, because you...
President Curtis there, he's a fan favorite on Rick and Morty. He's the U.S. president. So the game begins here. Can you guys tell me who the voice actor to President Curtis is?
Oh, you texted us about this week.
Who that voice actor
Bobby's
was.
dying
I love
over
this
here.
game.
Are you laughing because we're just watching Robert's favorite show?
Yeah, this is an odd.
It's like you could just do this as news. You don't have to preamble your game. Okay,
together,
okay.
yeah.
Who's the voice actor?
I've no.
I'm trying to hear it again in my head. Somebody would know. We would know.
The game is just guess
You
who the
committed
voice
murder
actor.
in the Oval Office.
It is, yeah.
Now you can't leave.
That's fine. I said I'm not leaving without a selfie.
No guesses?
No, I know. I can
you
see
guys
his
know
face.
this one,
I know.
yeah.
I can see his face. I just can't think of who it is.
Yes?
I don't want to guess.
Okay, fine. The answer here is that's Keith David. And I have an image. I have an
Household
image.
name.
No.
We know.
He's doing Bobby right now.
Keith David.
Face of realization was so
Yeah.
You
good.
guys know Keith David?
Yes.
No? Yeah, a little. Fine.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah, I know it.
Bobby is crying, laughing.
I get.
I can't do everything at once. I only have 2 arms and 2 eyes, so I'm looking as far
No,
as I can.
I know.
Okay. Fine. Here's an easy one. Can you guys tell me who this is, right?
I can't wait.
Griffins.
I know.
Yeah.
Bobby.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just by looking, I could tell that's Sam Elliott.
There you go. That was easy, right? Okay, good
Okay,
job. I wanted to
okay,
give you
okay.
I didn't even
guys
have
an
to
easy
hear
one.
it.
Was
Okay,
that an
okay.
actual question, or was it just?
That was kind of a giveaway. That is correct, Sam Elliott. I knew the first one was going to be a little tough for you guys. The next ones might be a bit harder.
That's the best
so-
way to do a game. Start impossibly hard and then get easier from there.
And then do giveaways.
Sam, I imagine you were going to get this one.
Oh,
Let's see.
okay.
I got it.
Oh,
Just so you
Sam,
know, we
Sam.
cannot hear this at all in the room.
I can't hear it, but I remember who plays John Smith.
Here,
Sam.
let me help you out of there.
Bobby also knows it.
I know.
Okay. Go ahead, Sam.
Mel Gibson.
There we go. Ding, ding, ding. Good
Yeah.
job. See?
Do you know who
Yes.
plays his friend and partner Thomas?
Ooh.
No.
A young Christian Bale.
Oh, wow.
that's right,
That's
that's
pretty
right.
cool.
Yeah, yeah.
Good
That's
fact.
neat.
Good
Who
job, good
plays
job.
Miko?
Okay, that's not this game. We're not just.
Ratatouille.
Well,
That's
I need a
awesome.
beat anyway, so please. Good job, Samantha. Pocahontas. All right, so now we're moving on.
Oh, very,
Smith, yeah.
very
John
clean
Smith,
edit
Will.
there. That pickup.
Now this next one, I imagine Andy, you're gonna get, and I hope you live up to
What?
it. Okay. Let's
Can
see.
you
Are
just?
you going to wear this wire or
Oh,
not?
yeah, I
That's the
know.
only way to prove
Andy.
my dad approved
All right.
That is in memory of Lance Reddick
Hey,
Yeah.
Good job.
R.I.P. Bosch
job.
legend.
Yes.
Okay.
and The Wire.
And
Now,
The Wire.
this last one, I grew up on this movie, and I was mind blown that this was the voice actor.
Okay.
I don't imagine you guys are gonna get it, but I'll be
Okay.
very impressed.
Okay.
Here you go.
You stay.
Oh, I know. Got it. I got it.
Just listen a little longer.
I know what
I know it is too.
Okay, Bobby, answer first. I just want to give you a
I
little.
said Andy.
Okay, fine.
You just said,
I
"Oh,
said
I
I
know."
got it.
It's Jeff Bridges.
No,
Okay.
it's Vin Diesel.
Hey, good
You know,
job.
people are confusing the two of them all the time. Very good.
Well, thank you guys for bearing with me through that. I had a really good time. Vin Diesel also Groot in Guardians of the Galaxy.
Vin Diesel. Also,
I love when Robert does a game.
Yeah, the game.
Vin Diesel.
I want to
also
retire.
Kronk.
I want to retire
Right.
the game master thing.
It's like, yeah, no, you're voicing Robert Puente in the cartoon version of this show.
Oh, that's a brilliant idea. I love Christian Slater to be voicing Robert Puente.
What?
We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back right after that.
He had that loaded.
Loaded.
Like he thought about it forever.
Robert Appreciation Week is coming to a close, and thank you to everybody at home who participated in celebrating Robert Puente. Last year, Robert was having a tough week, and Andy thought, let's just celebrate Robert for a whole day.
If I only
and it
knew.
Turned into a week, and now it's an annual event. And no, it's so wonderful because I don't know of a lot of other shows that the viewers would take the initiative to do this.
I agree.
It's
Other
very
than maybe
humbling.
Manifest, I don't think I know of any other show that people want
Or
to
the
love
OA.
so badly. Yeah, the OA. That's
The
true.
OA.
There are people protesting on Sunset in front of Netflix to get Robert on his own show.
That's true.
Yeah.
All right, Robert, how will we conclude Robert Appreciation Week?
All right, guys, I just opened the envelope that said Friday.
Oh, better get your glasses on.
No, those are completely unnecessary.
There you go. I can't see without them.
I should know.
And there was this amazing booklet in there. That was it. We typically get envelopes and whatnot, so I got a whole booklet for Friday.
Raw 21. That's the cover.
With the maze
Look
there.
at that. It's so
This is insane that
neat.
someone created this booklet. Wow. Insane.
Kristen Metzinger created the booklet. All this
Kristen,
stuff.
Kristen,
She
thank you
curated
so
the whole
much.
thing. Executive producer of Robert
I
Appreciation
told her
Week.
today,
Kristen Metzinger.
thank you for having a kind soul.
I know.
We need more people who are kind and willing to make an effort for other
Neither two
people.
of us aren't going to do it.
That's what I'm saying. We can't rely on people like me.
And there's a whole content section here. History of Raw, Ignition to Launch, Kelly
Ignition to
Capaluto, Susan Calloway, Shunk, Robert Underly,
So
Mark
it's the
Guerra.
table of contents.
Exactly.
Wow, that's a lot of effort.
And all of the notes that we read during the week, she compiled all into one wonderful commemorative
Let's see some
booklet,
of it.
which can be yours for 4 payments of $39.99.
Ooh, boy. It's been a hot one. As Mr. Thomas says, like 7 inches from the midday sun. You're looking around because you're so parched. And in the footwell of your Honda Civic.
Oh, that crinkly old thin water bottle.
It's been sitting there for a few days. You drank half of it earlier when you were hungover. And now you need a little bit to quench that thirst. But is it safe to drink? The New York Times asked some experts, and the takeaway was, well, not great. Couple things. Germs and microbes, or microbes.
Microbes.
I had not thought about this, but they say a potential concern is that if you've already opened a plastic bottle and have consumed water from it, bacteria from your mouth or your hands or the air can get in and multiply. That's that backwash.
How's
It's
that any
real.
different than a reusable water bottle?
Well, so this is, you maybe shouldn't leave it no matter where. And they also said that because it gets a lot hotter there and it's thinner than a regular water bottle, than a non-reusable,
yes. I'm listening.
you're looking at possible more bacteria like mold and yeast, etc. That thing. Also, cars get hot a lot quicker, and they say that many of the plastic bottles have compounds in them that in the heat release chemicals. There's BPAs and other phenols. Oh, those phenols. They're endocrine disruptors,
Oh, yeah.
and they can mess with your hormones.
Yes, sir.
And you're
While the FDA...
This is true.
And while the FDA says...
It's true. That's
Is it true? I don't know if it's true.
It is. Dr. Sandra Swan. You have to look this up, but there's like a whole report on
Dr.
this.
Sandra Swan, who may or may not be a Mad TV character.
Miss Swan? You're saying Miss Swan told you
No,
about...
I'm not.
You know,
what?
To just have...
We have this conversation every day.
the confidence to just whatever is in your head, say it.
Well, I really need to get to this next
All right.
thing.
So basically, they say there's that. Also, there's cancer-causing dioxins that you might have heard about on social media that come from water bottles. Not true, the expert says. But not even to the microplastics yet. Scientists say heat accelerates the breakdown of microplastics, and while we don't know really what that does to our body, we do know that it's in our bodies in high numbers.
Great. So
Great.
let's have some now.
Yeah,
with
let's
our-
not worry about water bottles. Let's move to the new. drink of the summer.
The drink of the summer, baby.
Appreciation Week.
Yes.
They're calling it the Trailer Park Spritz.
Ooh, the
And
trailer-
some people say it's a sign.
The Trailer
of a
Park Spritz
recession.
is why my cousin Jimmy had to go to the doctor.
go visit Miss Swan.
back. I got the Trailer
He
Park
got the
Spritz.
Trailer Park Spritz. That's why he had to go.
So here's what it is. This is basically a light beer, Miller High Life, a dash of Aperol, and some lemon. Some people call it
A dash.
a NASCAR Negroni,
NASCAR
a Hobo
Negroni.
Negroni, or a Trailer Park Spritz. Really, it's called a spaghetti. But again, it's Miller High Life, it's a little Aperol, and squeeze a lemon. But some say that it's
This
a
you
sign
pouring
that-
beer is the
I
wildest.
realized very quickly.
So, some folks are saying that it's a sign that people are kind of holding their money tight, clenching their wallets, which could be a sign of a recession because something like like an Aperol Spritz or a Hugo Spritz or something like that is going to run you more money. So you sub the more expensive alcohol for cheap beer, and there you have the Trailer Park Spritz,
Here
the
you go,
apparently
Bob.
drink of the summer. So, Andy had some Aperol.
I'm looking at
Squeeze
you
a
guys in
lemon.
like in amazement over here.
Give
like,
it a little.
you guys look like you're doing something I would have done like in high school or something. What is happening? You're mixing Miller Life with Aperol.
We're poor, okay?
This is
Also,
wild.
did
We're
you not-
looking for a buzz.
Were
on a
you
budget.
Were you not listening to the story?
I
You
got
want
a hobo
Yeah, did I
spritz
not
right here.
get one?
Cheers.
Did I
Salute.
not get a little
Salute.
squeeze?
You guys,
Oh,
yeah. Where's this going? I don't know where this is going.
Thanks
Oh,
for joining
God.
us, everybody.
There's seeds in
Have
there.
a wonderful start to
Bye.
the summer. NFL football is back. Go Chargers.
Wait, what do you think?
It's a great week.
Cheers.
I mean, it's not bad. It tastes like, well, it's not great. It's fine.
Oh, yucky.
Bye.
Bye.
It's not bad. It's not bad.